What's up, internet? Graeme Burress here. I'm about to run you through the part 3 of the Insights on Insights series, this one focusing down in Austin, Texas. If I remember right, I want to say Trever landed at around, say, 10 a.m. or something on a weekday, and picked him up from the airport and headed right downtown to this first spot in Austin. We once again lucked out. I had been to this spot maybe 2 or 3 times in the month prior and had not once seen water flowing over the drop, so we were definitely stoked. As you can see, even though there was water, it was only maybe 2 to 3 inches deep, which made it really easy walking the rope out and getting set up and everything, but riding was a little interesting. As the winch got up to speed, I would begin to edge on my toes towards the ledge, but I found out quickly if I did so too hard, I would scrape the bottom of the concrete. On a few of the ollies onto the ledge, I could actually feel my tail scraping the concrete, and I think it may have actually helped me get extra pop. Brady got scared of the slack on this one and killed the winch, and I don't blame him. It was kind of sketchy, but yeah, we got out of it all easy. I think it was just a few tries after that fall that I ended up getting it and riding away. What's kind of hard to see in the clip is that where I do the back 180 over the last curve, it's only maybe like an inch deep in the landing. I was literally skimboarding away.
Oh, yeah! That slack was a little scary. Fuck yeah!
Can't wait to get back out to this spot. There's so many different ways to hit it. The next morning, we drove about 30 minutes north up to Cedar Park, Texas, to a business park that had a lake that had like maybe 4 or 5 different spots kind of spread out all around the edges. There was a tunnel under the road leading from one lake over to the other that I thought it'd be really cool to try to kick her up and wall ride on like the ceiling of the tunnel. After a couple of frontside wall rides to get the feel of things, I almost immediately started trying like a toe side indie front roll to wall ride. It was super tricky. I would either like get a no grab front roll into a solid wall ride, or I would get a solid grab on the front roll and then either clip my tail or just like back flop into the water afterwards. This one definitely did not come easy. I want to say like maybe 30 or 40 tries, something crazy, like a better part of the morning. Right when I was like pretty much ready to give up, I like finally kind of like got a little bit of a grab on one and slapped the wall pretty good and had to be happy with it. Can't really tell it all from the video, but Trevor and I were definitely ready to get out of that water. He was like down in the tunnel with the waterproof housing, getting like the in the water shots, and yeah, we were freezing. So luckily there was an In-N-Out burger right around the corner to grab some lunch at and warm up, and then we ended up coming back over, and I wanted to session this kicker up to a rail and then try to drop back down to this like rough rock creeper ledge below it. It was a little bit of a process to swim the kicker from under the tunnel all the way across the lake over to the rail, but once we got that set up and the winch moved, we were ready to rip. I figured out almost immediately that this was going to be way trickier than I had imagined. I was really struggling to get the pop off the kicker that I thought I was going to, and was not going nearly as high in the air as I thought. Not only that, but with where we had the winch and the kicker and everything lined up, the rope was snagging the outside corner of the kicker every time that I went to pop, so it was just like a Russian roulette of whether I was going to get yanked back towards the kicker or the rope was going to clear over and I was going to be okay. From there, we made a call to move the winch over and stick a carabiner up on a tree, trying to get the pull point a little bit higher, just to clear that top edge of the kicker, and it actually worked. Ended up finally getting this back tail on just the rail without touching the ledge, which I was stoked on, but like I said, I wanted to land back on that ledge. Even with the winch moved and the rope clearing the side of the kicker, I was still really struggling to get committed and push as hard as I could to get up to the rail, so I kept having these scary falls where I was like half committed. I started to get in my groove a little bit and finally started making contact with both the rail and the ledge and got away with one that I was pretty stoked on. At this point, I started to relax a little bit because I had gotten close to what I was going for, and I was like, okay, a couple more tries and we're gonna get this, pack up the kicker and get out of here. Next thing I know, I miss my pop on one of the tries, land straight under the ledge, and then run into a vertical upright holding up the handrail and spiking my face off the ledge.
I think that one got me.
Woo! Needless to say, we called it a day at that point. Packed things up. That fall really kind of shook me up and really just scared me more than anything. For the week that Trever was down in Texas, we parked my camper out at Next Level Ride, and it was perfect just to hop on the cable in the mornings and get warmed up before going winching and everything. Massive thank you to Nikki and Kurt, the owners of the park, for the hospitality. It made the whole week just so easy. After the whole face smash deal, we took a day break and just kind of chilled at the cable, rode there and filmed some lifestyle stuff, and got after it the next morning. First thing, we headed out to Muller Park in Austin, which was the big red stair set that I had hit a couple years prior.
All right, how much wax?
We got 2, 3. I think we got 2 more in the bag. I think we're gonna need all of it though, for sure. So organized, dude.
Yeah, so we hit the spot like 3 or 4 years ago when Daniel Grant was filming for X Games. He came out with like him and Colin Harrington and Brandon Thomas. We filmed on it for a day. Then I came back here maybe 2 or 3 other times, not really filming, just kind of messing around. But I was stoked because like I had just been out the Velocity and ridden the Cason feature when I found this, and so like the stairs looked just like that to me. And I was stoked to like find it in the street somewhere. Last year, or 3 or 4 years ago when I was here, I hopped all the way from the water to the second stair immediately, which made the whole process smoother because this bottom stair is super narrow. But water's down a bit, so we're gonna have to hop on the bottom stair and then quick hop up to these next ones because of how narrow it is. So it'll be a little interesting to figure out, but it should be solid. Wax it up, boys. Yeah, so with winching, I mean, it's just like on a whole different playing field of like compared to filming at a cable. Like filming at a place that has been ridden for thousands of laps and every trick in the world's been done on everything, it seems like these days. So winching like lets you get out in the streets, get a little bit of adventure going, which I love. I love like the unpredictability of it all and like just not knowing what you're gonna get into every day, good or bad, and the fact that you're wakeboarding a place that, you know, either no one or very few people ever have and ever is pretty cool. Makes it a little easier to do something unique or that hasn't been done before, which I'm all about. Don't show my custom knot, dude. That's my secret weapon.
Helmet? Gotta need a helmet today.
Yeah. 2 days ago was interesting. Did some head grinds, some face grinds, some hand grinds. Isn't it sick we don't have to get that thing down? That sucks. Oh, some water would be sick. In the wild, we have a Jack Belton over on the ledge here. Probably checking his YouTube subscribers. Let's go wake him up.
And I'm watching David O'Queef's jet ski riding tutorial. I'm watching Alex Albach's. Oh, no, there's nothing to watch. What's going on? What's good? We out here at a winch spot. Graham's about to knock out these stairs. Hopefully not lose any more pieces of his teeth. His nose is looking good and he's all scabbed up, ready for the day.
Kinda gotta poop. Go get him, Jack!
Alright. How high do you want me? Real high, huh? You don't want higher?
Oh, you can go higher?
I mean, why quicker?
Wow.
No, this is fine.
Yeah, right here's good.
Hey, Brady. Why don't you come over here? Yeah, dude. I know you want to get on there.
This is our speed control right here. We have the low, the medium, and the high, you know, so we can just get out there and blast it. But I'm gonna have, you know, a nice driver on this throttle going vroom, vroom,
it's more like a like very silent.
And then we're just gonna come across there and we're gonna jump, skip, and hop up to the top.
Instead of a vroom vroom rah, rah, you know?
Even though he still drives it like a dirt bike.
Yeah. It's a scooter tube. I feel stupid as shit talking right now.
I'll use a skateboard, try to get the artsy shot with a fisheye, like you kind of getting like on the ledge a little bit.
Yeah.
And then after we get that, I'll just jump back over there and get a long lens and whatnot.
Sick.
But good. While you're kind of warming up, I'll just get the fillers at the moment.
Once we got everything waxed up and the winch all set in place, I walked the rope out and started to take a few pulls in.
Well, I made it up once there.
Wasn't expecting it at all, but third pull in was able to make it up 4 or 5 of the stairs and was just kind of blown away by how easy it all went.
Oh! What? That worked.
Way like quicker than we thought it was gonna take.
Yeah, I was ready to like be here all day. Past 2 days winching has been pretty rough, so I was a little timid going into this, but I'm stoked, man. I think like JB sticking the pulley up in the tree really like definitely helped it, because in times past I've edged at this thing, and this time I'm just cruising in and just letting it like pull me up the stairs. So all I got to do is hop, 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 and the winch does the rest. Yeah. Just ran into the ledge there. Didn't want to jump and just re-scrape my face, so we just took the slide out, you know.
From there, the goal was just to make it up to the same stair that I already had and then do a frontside 360 out, which also ended up coming really quickly.
Yeah, Graeme!
Not sure what it is about Muller Park, but there always seems to be a cheering squad and a big group of people stoked to see us riding and winching.
Yeah, I just don't want to rip him into that concrete wall. I got too much power under the throttle. The Alta box. Tesla.
The Tesla box. I love it.
You know the Alta.
From there, I decided to wax up one more stair and see if I could take it one more.
Down.
Took a little bit of a tumble here. I just kind of crack up at myself at how I always shove my thumb up in the air as if I'm like underwater and need to let people know I'm okay.
Yeah, dude. I clacked the last step with my tail. It was sick. Oh, I just kept climbing, dude. It's like an aerobatic.
The bottom stair on the stair set that I was clearing out and over, it actually like kind of collapsed and fallen into the water a bit, and the tail of my board actually smacked the last stair as I finished the 360, which I never could have done on purpose.
The fall prior was scary. I like rolled out and it did not hurt at all, but I'm like, if I hit my face again, this shit is gonna suck.
Damn, that was insane, actually. Holy crap. Actually, I shouldn't say actually, because people get fucking butthurt about saying actually. It was sick.
Yeah, our boy just did it. He got the clip.
Out of here.
Stacked it.
Got the clip.
Stacked it.
Stacked it. Ah!
We finished this spot up way faster than anticipated. It was maybe only like 10 or 11 a.m. at this point, so we loaded up the van and headed out to another ledge that JB knew about. This was one of those spots that I thought was going to be a walk in the park, and it definitely turned out not to be. The trajectory that I was having to take into the ledge was like pushing me up into the grass, and I was really having a hard time edging soft enough to stay on the ledge to make it back to the water. I want to say it was maybe 10 or 15 tries of overshooting the ledge and sliding through the grass before I finally like started to get the hang of it and make it back to the water. The speed was definitely a tricky one to figure out at this spot. I started out going faster and kept overshooting the ledge, ending up in the grass, so we ended up backing the winch down a little bit, slowing her up, and it definitely helped. Gotta love the locals. Finally started making some progress on this backside 360 out, but was just having a hard time landing it clean. Not to mention the current in the landing there was just sweeping me downriver, trying to like suck me underneath the bridge that the winch was sitting on, so it was kind of a headache to get unstrapped and out of the way before all that went down. A few tries later and I got her all figured out, and yeah, I got this backside 3 out. Decided to try out this elbow ledge to firecracker and got very, very lucky, to say the least. There was a little bit of a stair set back up the drop that was underneath some flowing water, and I decided I wanted to try to go 50-50 on the ledge and then firecracker down the stairs. Very simple trick, but the shot Trever got ended up being one of my favorites of the whole trip.
How's it going? We're just taking some photos of the waterfall. Sorry, I just noticed all the posted signs on all the trails, so we figured that this is okay, and that was just to keep the cars out. Cool. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
We may or may not have told that lady we were only taking photos of the waterfall, which I guess isn't that big of a stretch, right?
Put his rope down now.
When we first showed up at this spot, we probably spent, I don't know, a half an hour or 45 minutes waxing this giant landing zone for me to land into. But surely enough, I missed that landing zone and did a little bit of a cartwheel and tumble into the little tree there. Definitely didn't feel too good. From there, I knew that I had to jump into a completely different area of the bank, and I kind of marked it with a little rock up on top of the ledge so I knew where to jump into. It's pretty funny, we had cars cruising across the rope here and there. Next try, I got a little closer. This try I actually rode out, but wanted to get it a little bit cleaner.
Oh my God.
It was definitely a bit of a process to walk the rope back out. Yeah, then I got it. I landed in the right area and cruised her right out.
Oh my God, bro. Let's get out of here. Yeah, that's sick.
It's so stoked.
Ain't getting skunked today, boys. Yo. Woo. Yo. Hey, Texas, we out of here. We out.